Okay, I see that we have lots of people already joining in, so I think we can slowly start. So first of all, hello, my name is Mateusz. I am lead product owner in Scylla. Today I will be your host of this webinar. I will present you the VMS from Scylla with all the new features regarding the customization of the interface, and we're gonna talk overall about VMS and how you can use the VMS to get more customers, maybe more projects, more leads, or how to solve your current problems, let's say challenges, using the VMS software. I hope that this webinar will be great for those of you that have no experience with the video management software. Maybe we are working only with the NVRs or IP cameras, and that's it. But also, I think that this webinar will be really helpful for people that are experienced and they have some experience with the VMS. So first of all, if you have any questions, because I really like to make this webinar more like a dialogue or maybe hands-on training, because I would like to show lots of things live, right? So with the configuration and everything. So if you have any questions on this panel from Zoom, you will see questions and answers, this kind of chat, and just post questions there. I will answer all the questions during my presentation. I will try to do it live, and if we cannot answer something like straight away, we will get back to you. So don't worry. All the questions are welcome. So please ask them. I have the first question for you. Can you see my screen and everything, right? Everything is working. Anastasia?
Yes. All is good.
Perfect. This webinar is recorded, so later you can send this webinar to your colleagues from your company, or you can check it again. We're gonna post it on probably on YouTube, so you can get back to it. So yeah, let's start it. So first of all, like I said, I'm a lead product owner in Scylla and sales trainer. I would like to make this presentation, first of all, technical presentation, but also how to sell this product, because this is also important, right? We can have the best product on the market, but if it's not well placed, or maybe the price is not good, okay, maybe the licensing is not okay, it's really hard to sell this kind of product. So today we're going to answer all the technical questions, but also sales questions and how to use this product to win the market. So video management software, when we start from the beginning, so what is the video management software? Well, usually when people think about the VMS, they think about something like this, like security guard, watching multiple screens, looking at the cameras, sitting in his own booth. So video management software is some kind of tool. It's a software to get all the streams from the cameras and display them on the screens. But actually, this is not it. This is just small part of the VMS, what the VMS can do. And to be honest, it's not even the most important part, because if you want to just display the cameras and the videos to check what is going on, you can use just video wall decoder, just hardware, you plug in all the monitors and you add the cameras, and that's it. But you know that using the system this way, it's pointless, because this security guard that is watching all those cameras, he cannot see anything. He will maybe focus on one or maybe two cameras, and that's it. The rest of them are there, I don't know why. So this is not how it should be used. Also, VMS can be much more, can give you much more opportunities, not only to check the cameras. Of course, when you get detections, let's say you have an alarm, like for example here from our intrusion detection system. So okay, the VMS should pop up the window, should show you this kind of alarm to your operator, so he will know that okay, there is something going on. But the more important question is not that it's something happened right now, but where this person is right now, where he is going. what he is doing, how this person get inside our facility. Those all the questions are needed to be answered. So you need some kind of tool to record everything and to do it, and also to like get the information where this person is. So this information needs to be provided really fast for you. So you can call, let's say, I don't know, like a patrol, and you can tell them, okay, he is in the facility number 2, he is in the room number 5, and he is doing this and this. Yeah, so you can point them in this direction, or even like this drone footage detection. Yeah, so great, we can detect things on drones, but the more important question is like where this detection happened, where is the drone, which patrol is the nearest one to send, and smoke and fire detection. All this information is important, but VMS should also provide you the information about not only the pop-ups with the alarms, but also the information about who is doing what is doing, and when and where is this person. What else? This VMS can also provide you the information about other things, not only about the security. It can provide you the information about tracking inventory. So it can support you with the complaining process. So if something happened with your package, you want to check the recordings of the whole packing process. You want to get this kind of information. So it needs to be provided really fast. What is the good status? You can check your employees, what they are doing in the warehouse, what is the workload of those employees. If this is like big facility, I don't know, airport, factory, train station, it doesn't matter. You need to get the information about people behavior in this facility, what they are doing, control the access of those people in the specific areas, and also provide them the safety. So this is what the VMS should do. It's more robust solution, not only display the cameras. So like I said, robust. This solution needs to be able to handle hundreds, thousands of channels, tens and hundreds of connections from the clients. It should work on different hardware. It should work with different solutions. So it needs to be really robust. This is what you expect from the VMS. It should also be scalable. So if the customer, if your investor will tell you, okay, I have 100 cameras right now, please add 200 cameras more and 5 servers, 5 new users, and we need to add more cameras with license plate recognition and video analytics. So the VMS, the good VMS should allow you to add all those things no matter what the stage you are on. Yeah, so it should work in all those scenarios. And also it should be easy to implement. What do I mean? It means that it doesn't matter what kind of solution the customer is using right now, what kind of cameras they are using right now. It should be easy to add those cameras to the VMS and to support this customer. And it doesn't matter what kind of how big is the system. It should be just easy to install and to do. And this is what the Scylla VMS can provide you. So it's robust, it's scalable, and it's easy to implement. And of course, we have some case studies that we can talk about, like where we install those kind of solutions. So we have logistic centers, huge warehouses. We have city surveillance solutions where we connect not only cameras, but also systems that control the traffic, or some video analytics to search for appearance of the person, right? Not only face recognition, but also like appearance, like male with different clothing and so on. And also manufacturing facilities where we control all the systems. So all those kind of projects can be done on our VMS, because like I said before, it's robust, it's scalable, and it's easy to implement. So how does it work? Just quick reminder. First of all, our VMS is built as a client server. So we can start from the basic, let's say, version of the VMS, and it works this way. So just like a client server, you have the devices. Of course, here I have cameras, but it doesn't need to be a camera. It can be NVR, it can be even analog DVR, it can be some kind of external device like barcode scanner. It doesn't matter. You have some kind of, let's say, IoT devices, some Internet of Things devices that you want to connect and you want to use in your system. So what we do, we put one Scylla VMS server there. On this server, to this server, you connect all those devices. On this server, we store recordings, video, audio. We keep all the user permissions. We keep all the layouts, events and actions that you create, all the integrations with the access control, with the alarm systems. Everything is stored on a server. So this alone can create you just complete solution that you can use. But then, of course, you need to access this information somehow. So that's why you can connect client to the server and get all this information to the client. And actually, you can connect multiple clients to this one server and get all the goods, let's say, from it, depending on the permissions that you will allow to the specific user. What is important is that the connection between the server and the clients is encrypted. And we have multiple layers of the encryptions so it's something that is really important for some of the customers. So if your customers are looking for encryption methods for the connections, this is perfect, because this is like default. It doesn't matter which version you're gonna get from the VMS. It doesn't matter if your system is like 4 channels or 4,000 channels. We provide this encryption as a default option. What else? Of course, if your system is, let's say, bigger, right? You have more servers in different parts of the world or the country, or maybe even in the same facility on the multiple servers. There is no problem to use client to connect to all of those servers and get the resources to this client. So this is how it's the basic system is done. You can use this one from warehouse to shops, small shops, or even big solutions like city surveillance. Usually you just put the cameras to the server, you use the client stations. This can be police department, this can be some kind of security company, this can be some private user. Doesn't matter, you can build the system using the basic Scylla VMS. But if you get more advanced system, let's say investor that needs something more advanced, then you can use Scylla VMS Enterprise. Here in this scenario, it looks similar because still you have IoT devices, and all of those IoT devices are still recording on the, let's say, local, or it can be also cloud, it can be centralized, it doesn't matter, on some kind of server. So those are recording servers. You can think about those like NVR, let's say. You just record everything on those. Then you don't keep all the settings separately on each of those servers. You can create one or multiple Scylla VMS central server. This one can be cloud-based. This can be local cloud, or it can be one of those servers also. So you can do it whatever you want, and depending on the needs from your customer. So this is the central server. On this central server, we keep, again, user permission, layouts, events, actions, integration. So in this case, you don't need to configure each server separately. You just configure this one, and all those servers, they take all the resources from the central server, all the permissions, all the configuration. So those servers are independent, but the licensing, the rights, the configuration, it's assigned using the central server, and you use your clients to connect to the central server, and using the central server, you connect to the specific local recording servers. What else the enterprise version we're gonna give you? First of all, something that we call replication. So if you want to make sure that your recordings are secured, of course, you can create some server with redundant power supply, with RAID, with spare hard disks, and so on. But this sometimes it's not enough, because what will happen if something happens with the server itself, right? So you can make the replication. So the cameras are recording on the server number 1, and then the server number 1 replicates the recordings on the separate server with the same frame rate or with the lower frame rate you can choose. Or, for example, you store recordings for the mainstream high resolution 25 frames per second on the first server, and after 1 month you cut all the frames and you keep only 1 frame per second, and then you replicate the same recordings with only 1 frame per second to the replication server. And this way you can extend, this recording time. Or you can use this kind of solution for mobile applications. Let's say you have a server inside, I don't know, train or a bus. You record all the cameras on the local server. When the bus goes back to the HQ and connects to the local network, it will automatically replicate the recordings from the NVR to the replication server. So as you can see, you can do many different things with this one single configuration. And what is important, there is no limitation on the number of replication servers. You can add as many servers as you want. There is no limitation. What else? What will happen in, for example, someone will destroy the server? I don't know, like power shortage, or somebody will cut the power cable, or maybe there is some failure of the server. In the enterprise version, you can add redundant server, and actually as many redundant servers as you want. So each, let's say, part of your system can be redundant in this way. So if something happens with this one, the central server will automatically redirect all the cameras and all the clients to the redundant server, and everything will be stored again here. So again, you're ready to go and safe to go. Okay, but what will happen if, for example, there is no redundant server and there was some, again, server failure, or maybe some network connection issues and things like this? Can you do something more? Yes. Let's say that you will lose this one, the connection to this local server. If you use on-VIF cameras with SD card support, you can enable something which we call automatic network redundancy. And this way, the cameras will record on the SD card. And after the server gets back to the network, so let's say after a while the server gets back, the central server will check if there is the missing recordings are on the SD cards. If yes, it will download the recordings from the SD card and create one smooth, long video, so you don't have any gaps. So as you can see, multiple options for the redundancy. And what is important, if you take a look at this one, it doesn't matter what kind of customer you're gonna get. Is it like a basic customer, like small shops, or maybe a big system for multiple, like thousands of cameras, thousands of users? Still, you can do everything with this kind of architecture. It's ready to use. Why it's done this way? Because the people that are working on this VMS, those are not some new guys that developed this kind of VMS 2 years ago. Those people have really like huge experience in the CCTV market. Those guys, they were working for 18 years in the CCTV software development. They know what the investor needs, they know what the system integrator is expecting, and how to create proper VMS and how to build it. What else? We wanted to make this VMS scalable and easy to use. And what I hated most in the current software, let's say, the way that other providers sell the software on the market, is the licensing. Because as you noticed, I was talking about the enterprise version here, and previously there was a basic one. So usually, let's say, I don't want to talk about the competitors, but let's think about there is some kind of, let's say, software on the market. Let's call it like this. I don't know what kind of company this can be, but usually they have different versions of the software. And I really don't like this kind of idea in the software. Why? Because let's say that you have the customer and they said, okay, we have 50 cameras right now. No more, 50 cameras in our warehouse. Please help us with our solution. So 50 cameras, okay, I will just install you the software, which is called version Pro or Professional Plus or whatever, right? And this way you can connect up to 64 cameras, yeah, and users and so on. But after, I don't know, like 2 years, the customer will tell you, okay, now we are building another warehouse and we're gonna add another 50 cameras. What we can do now? There's a problem, because you cannot use the same version again, because we have limitation for the number of servers, we have limitation for the number of users, we have limitation for the number of cameras. If you want to add more cameras, you need to upgrade your version to the hostage edition, or maybe, I don't know, like enterprise or something, because they have 150 cameras. And if you want to upgrade, you need to buy the support license. And you need to buy the support license for all the years that you were using our software. And you need to buy the license for all the cameras that you have in the system. Plus, maybe if you want to add more maps, still you need to check the price list and so on and so on. So this is a huge problem, because I really don't like when the customer is asking for something that's like, Mateusz, please, can you just configure one more map? Because we have this new warehouse and we want to add the map to your system. And I am like, yeah, we can do it, but you need to pay additional license for this one, and you need to buy the support, and you need to upgrade your version because this one doesn't support maps. So instead of doing something like this really hard to understand the table with all the, like stars, those asterisks with special rules and licensing, we have something much more simple. So first of all, like I said, Scylla Basic, Scylla Enterprise, VMS, right? Cameras, users, servers, monitors, integrations, whatever you're gonna think about, right? So of course, in the enterprise version, everything is unlimited. So it doesn't matter. If you want to build a system for 10,000 cameras, here you go. If you want to have the system for 100 cameras and 5,000 users, enterprise it is. But what about the basic? In basic, it's also unlimited. So you don't need to worry about. If your customer is, let's say, thinks that now 50 cameras is okay, let's keep it with the 50 cameras. And after 2 years, he will say, okay, now you need to add 450. There is no problem. You don't need to upgrade to the enterprise version. You can keep the basic one. So there is no, let's say, limitation for you. The only difference is, like I said before, is this redundancy and site federation, and maybe how you manage the video walls. So only the big stuff. Everything else is just unlimited. It's really simple. What else? Like I said, it should be easy to implement for you as a system integrator, but also for the investor. I don't really like all those surprises when okay, now we want to add 100 cameras, and suddenly we need to open the price list and check all the things from the price list. And actually, this is real price list of one of the VMSs on the market, one of the most popular and the big one, and the people say that it's really great. Look, really, this is real price list. The only thing that I did, I just changed the name of the VMS, not to indicate what kind of company it is, right? So they had how many? It was 1,047 different items in the price list. Imagine making a quotation for your customer. It's insane, really. I don't believe that they did something like this, but they did. And how it's done in Scylla, how you can do it? Scylla VMS, like we said, licensing made easy. This is the price list. It's easy. It's easy for the investor. It's easy for your sales department. It's easy for you. You don't need to waste your time looking for all the items in the price list and complying, like different, really complicated quotation. No, simple as it is. You need 100 channels. You just buy 100 channels. That's it. 128, 128. You want to add additional 24 channels? Buy 24 channels. That's it. Nothing else. Made easy. And we support more than 18,000 different devices. We support all the major brands on the market. So to be honest, I haven't seen any kind of camera that we were unable to add to this VMS. Really, like different brands, and still it's working, so it shouldn't be a problem. 18,000 different devices, because not only the cameras, also we support NVRs, DVRs, alarm input and output boxes, like from Axis, from Advantech. We support IP speakers from Hanwha, from Toa, from Zenitel. What else? Barcode scanners, alarm systems, access control, and so on. Plus, if you add anything to our solution, you can use most of the things from it. So you can use our analytic integration, like third-party analytics, right? But you can use a Scylla analytics in the system, but you are not limited to it. So if you prefer to use Hanwha cameras or Bosch cameras or Hikvision, Dahua, or whatever, you can add all the analytics that you have built in the device to the VMS absolutely without any kind of license. So all the events from those devices are supported, and you can add them to the VMS. I will show you in a second how you can use it and how it can benefit your interface. And again, number of servers, number of users, monitors, the number of access control readers, alarm system like peer detectors, it's unlimited. You don't need to pay anything extra for additional servers, for additional monitors, and so on. It's unlimited. You can use it whatever you want. When it comes for the access control, because this is also the often question that we get, we support many different brands of the access control, so you can integrate this access control directly to our system. Usually, it's like for some systems there is no additional license. In some cases, we need to pay the license to the access control provider, like with the NetApp. But in this case, this is only one-time payment for the license for them, and that's it. And you can add as many controllers as you want to your system. So everything is integrated. And using our interface from the VMS, I will show you in a second. You can get all the events from the access control. You can search for the recordings. You can trigger the actions and so on. So it's really advanced integration. So as you can see, the solution is really open and it's really easy to implement. And like I said, that's why lots of different customers choose our solution, like this customer with the manufacturing plant. But there's also one more thing, because when we talk about the VMS, and this is why we meet today, this is why this webinar was made. It's, of course, there are some other solutions on the market that are also robust, scalable, and easy to implement. Maybe with this easy to implement, for some people it's easy when they know what they are doing. But let's say that they provide something like this. But there is also another, let's say, part that it's also important. It's that VMS, in my opinion, should also be light. It should be very light. Why? Because security guard or IT department is not the only, let's say, department that is using the VMS. This tool can be used by logistic manager. It can be used by complaint department. It can be used in the reception desk. So in different parts. So if you want to use this VMS, let's say you have a reception lady, because we had this one question from the customers, like, okay, can we use your VMS for the reception to give some few cameras for the reception lady and help her to manage all the guests and so on? It's like, okay, we can, but what kind of hardware you need to run this VMS? It should be able to be run on any kind of computer, even on the laptop, maybe on some, thin clients. Because if you check all the like Facebook groups or even on different forums, often people ask a question like, okay, we have our system with 64 cameras, and we need to display all of them on one screen or on two monitors. What kind of hardware I need? Or we are using VMS that is free of charge from one of our manufacturers, let's say. Some people are using like those, those Chinese cameras, and you can just download the free version of the VMS to display all the cameras. But it's to be honest, it's not really free, because if you want to display more than 32 channels, you need hardware so expensive that actually it's even cheaper to buy our solution where you have to pay for the license. So this solution should be really light. I see that we have some questions from the chat. Can I connect Scylla VMS with Bosch recording system? Actually, no, because Bosch is using their own iSCSI disk arrays, and you can use this kind of, let's say, universal iSCSI solution as a storage for our system, but there is no way to use VMS to access another's VMS storage. I mean, we can somehow use it, but still it will be like a Bosch on the backside. So the most let's say easy way to do something like this is to install our VMS and make the recording on our VMS. And I will show you in a moment why it's more easy to manage this way. It's much faster, it's cheaper, and it's much more easier to maintain. Another question is Lenel S2 access control supported? Not yet. We are waiting for API from them and SDK to integrate this kind of access control. Usually it's done this way. If you have any kind of project where you have this kind of access control and you need integration, we can work on it. It's not a problem. The SDK and the API is open in our case, so the whole integration is done quite quickly, so it shouldn't be a problem. Thank you for those questions. Let's get back to this one. So light. Second thing, easy to use. I saw so many VMS softwares which were highly advanced, really nice solutions, perfect for the administrator, perfect for the system integrator. But if you put this kind of VMS for the security guard, they are like in panic because they have no idea how to use it because it's too complicated. It's really hard to manage it. And second thing is it should be easy to customize because there is no installation that is like two same installations for the customers. They always need something different and something strange. So how you can manage all of this? So let me show you how you can actually solve all those problems and what I mean by like light and customized and easy to use. This is the client application of our VMS. Right now it's working on my laptop, and actually on the same laptop that I'm doing right now this webinar, I have installed client, server, plus camera emulators, and some of the cameras that are live, like this one or maps and so on. So everything right now is working on my laptop. It's not a server. It's not industrial grade, like professional laptop for the VMS. No, it's just basic office laptop. It's actually some old Dell 10th generation that is working. And as you can see here right now, we have like 9 cameras displayed, and it's working perfectly. So if you want to check the performance of this kind of client, of this interface, is it really light? You can check our calculator. Let me just open web browser. Okay. You can go to Scylla.ai, and here you can go to VMS support and hardware calculator. Currently, we're gonna update this calculator, so it will be. I mean, sometimes there is some kind of error, so we're gonna solve it soon. But still, for most of the cases, it should work without any problem. You can use this calculator to check the recommended hardware for your installation. So all those questions from all those groups, like, oh, I have a system for 32 channels and I want to display them all, what kind of computer I need? Or we have this reception where we need to display 32 channels, and I don't know if this computer is good enough to work. So how you can use this calculator? First of all, you type in the number of video streams that you want to connect to your system. Second thing, you choose compression and the resolution. Let's choose 4K resolution. It will be more, universal right now because full HD resolution it's okay, but let's say we want to be safe that it works, right? So let's choose the 4K resolution. Yeah, the camera supported substream. Substream is VGA, and let's say that we have something like Intel Celeron N. Yeah, let's keep it this way. Intel Celeron N5095, Celeron N5050. What was it? 95. 95. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, so basically, let's say you have something like this. It's 1000 zloty, so it's around 250 euro computer. So, you know, like small computer, really light for the. So how much streams this kind of computer can manage? So we have this server CPU, and actually I can do it like this. We can also type in that our client CPU is also built on something like this. And then now let's check. Oh, as you can see, this kind of computer is good enough to run 32 channels because you need only one server. So actually, you can build client server on the same machine for 32 channels on the hardware, which is less than 300 euro. This is how light this VMS is. This is why I often say that this VMS is cheaper than free version of the VMS from the Chinese providers, Chinese manufacturers. They have great hardware, but the software is like, I have no idea what is going on there. They take so much resources from the hardware. You need so powerful computers that it's insane. Here, as you can see, 32 channels without any problems, it can just run on it. We can do it differently. Let's say, recommend me CPU, and I have a system for 128 cameras. So I have 128 cameras, 4K resolution, calculate, and this is recommended server for this kind of installation. It's Intel Core i3 13100. It's like something really, really cheap, and it's still good enough to run so many cameras. And to prove that it's really the case, this is really it. You can even put like 350 cameras, and it still will be enough for most of the normal computers. But let's do it on my laptop. Let's do it live. What can possibly go wrong, right? So let's do it like this. We have 9 cameras. Let's change some things. So first of all, this panoramic camera on the bottom left corner, you can see the resolution of this camera. Let me change this resolution to the yeah. Let's change this resolution to 4K. So now it's 4K resolution. It's like 7.5 megapixel, right? Here we have 4 megapixel camera, and the rest of those cameras, this is full HD, full HD, full HD, and HD resolution. I'm not using the second stream. So currently I'm displaying like 9 cameras in a minimum HD resolution. So let's check the CPU usage of this solution. Let me just check. Okay, where I have it. Yeah, so it's here. Okay, so this is one thing, and this is second thing. So performance. No, where is the GPU performance graph? Yeah. So this one is VMS monitor, and it's currently, it doesn't take any CPU usage. It's like 0.5%. And this is the server. It takes almost nothing for 9 cameras. So let's do it more hardcore. How many streams we said? Okay, let's do it like this. Let's take 33 channels. Okay, but no, this is like displayed. Let me, oh yeah, here. Let's check. It will download all the channels from the server. Yeah, and we can keep it this way. So right now, the server is a little bit more occupied, right? Let's go here. This is the all cores performance. So as you can see here right now, the VMS takes around 10% of the CPU. Let's go, yeah, like here. The client right now takes 13% of the CPU usage. Rest of it, it's directed to the internal built-in the CPU graphic card. And what we are doing right now, we are not displaying only 32 channels in this VMS. Right now, we have 33 channels, and this one is 4K resolution, 5 megapixel, 4 megapixel, full HD, full HD, full HD. So we have like one 4K, two 5 megapixel, and 11, 12 full HD resolution cameras. Now, show me any other VMS on the market that it's capable of doing something like this on the normal laptop, because this is not something, you know, like, let's go here. This is just i7 from Dell laptop. Yeah, this is it. So now imagine what you can do with proper server. If you can do it like this, you can display 100 cameras in the substream without any problem on the laptop with this kind of configuration. So when I said that this VMS is light, this interface is light, it's really light. It's really light. The whole point is that how we can do it is that on the CPU, if you take the Intel CPU, you have something that is built in this kind of CPU that it's like hardware decoder for the H.264 and H.265. So any kind of Intel processor should have something like this, and we can utilize all those tools from the CPU, and this way we can all display all the cameras without any problem and decode all the streams from the system. What else? Let's go back to this one screen, and I will show in a second. I mean, I don't know how well Zoom is handling all the videos. Is it smooth or not? But believe me, on my screen everything is smooth. It's working without any problem, right? So, like I said, this is the tool that we are using. So first of all, we scan the hardware. We check for all the decoders that are available. In this case, we have Intel built-in graphics and some NVIDIA graphic card built in the laptop, and the system will test those devices and how well those devices can handle different type of coding and streams. And based on that, it will decide which one should decode. If you take a look on the interface, you can see in the upper right corner which decoder is decoding the streams right now. That's why it's so fast. Second thing, it should be, like I said, the VMS should be easy to use. It should provide all the information that you need. So we know that it provides all the information without any problem when it comes from the streams of the cameras, because you can access all those streams without any issue, right? Second thing is, let's say that we have a warehouse manager or security guard for the warehouses, and we want to support this guy. We want to help him out and provide him all the tools that he needs to manage all the cameras and all the interfaces. So probably he will get the interface like this. So cameras, here on the left side, you will see all the layouts that he should use, right, to have access to. On the left side, we have all the cameras, all the channels that we can access, maps, and so on. We can put as many maps as we want in the system. There is no limitation. Of course, if you hover your mouse over the specific camera, it will show you the live view from the specific camera. Also, if you double click on the camera, like here, it will pop up the video from this camera to the first available slot. Like in this case, it was this one, right? So you can see the image here. If something happens and your this operator wants to get back to the previous view, they can use this back button. They can click on this one, and it will get them back to the previous view. What else? On maps, you can, of course, create different layers. So if I want to get out from this warehouse, I can just click one button, and here I can check for all the other cameras. So I can, for example, display this one here. Plus, the map is built this way that even if the operator is looking on the map into a completely different region, and this operator will notice that there is something going on here, and if he clicks on the camera, it will automatically zoom in on this camera on the map. So it needs to give the information for this operator that, look, there is something going on. The camera is in this spot. Take a look at this one. What else? We can also implement, we can also use global information cameras. So something like Google Map, OpenStreetMap, it doesn't require any license. You can, it's free of charge. You can use this one, and you have like live map, and you can move around, and you can point the cameras, you know, using the GPS coordinates, and this way you can display also the cameras on different spots, and you can view all of them. And also, if you click on the camera, it will show you what the camera is and automatically zoom in on it, and so on, so on. If there is some kind of alarm, the camera will of course blink and it will change the colors. You can create those maps as you want. There is no like limitation. What else? If we have this security guard, or let's say warehouse manager, what else we can provide for this kind of customer? The often problem, and I saw this question from the customer, how to manage multiple screens and how to manage this kind of interface for the security guards when the system will restart. There is no problem with this one. Let me show you. Here we have configuration of multiple screens. So how we can use this one part? Let me go here. As you can see here, the system detected that we have two monitors connected to the server. We have the monitor number 2 and number 1. Currently on the monitor number 1, I'm doing the presentation, so I don't want to mess with it out. So let's focus on this one here. We can choose which monitor is actually the main one. So on which one we want to manage all the cameras. And then we can point which other monitors are, let's say, spot monitors for the pop-ups. We can allow, for example, that this monitor here will not allow any layout pop-ups or any channel pop-ups. So if there is kind of alarm, it will not go here. It will go here on this screen. So we can choose which screen is dedicated for the pop-ups. We can choose also to set up the screen to start in full screen mode. This is also useful for some of the cases. I will show you this one in a second for this reception lady, let's say, setup that this gentleman was asking about. And also what is important, we can choose which layout from all the layers that we created should be the startup layout sequence. So let's say that I will gonna do something like this. Even if I'm gonna close this now, this previous layout, I have only like this one, and I will close the whole client. So now if I'm gonna open it, it will start with this layout that I set up from the beginning. And as you can see here, it started with this Skynet layout that I configured. Okay, I see that we have a question from someone from the chat. Is it possible to integrate tools such as Datamir, Fact, so that in the event of an alarm, active shooter in the neighborhood, and so on, the object automatically pops up and we can access the cameras without any problem? This is actually how we handle all the events in our system. So the main purpose of the VMS is to handle all those kind of alarms or all the kind of data that you have. How you can do it? This is the client application. So this is only for the user. And as an administrator, you have completely different application to do it. You have this one. This is called console. And from the console, you can access all the servers that you have in a network, all the servers that you added, and you configure all the servers, all the rules from here. So your question, we have third-party system, and we want to trigger pop-up on our client application. Let's do it like this. You go to the events and actions, and here you open the configurator. From the configurator, on the left side, you have list of all the events. So this is something happened, right? On the right side, we have actions. So you choose what should happen inside your system. In your case, we can do it like this. Add event. Let's wait for the list. Yeah. And usually for those third-party systems, we can use something which is external service. So this service will send the information to our server. We can use the built-in sniffer to take this information and just take it and then provide some kind of action using this one. Or we can use it as a device event, so external event, and even things like, let me go here. We have something which is called external URL ID. So multiple options you have to send the information to our system to trigger some kind of action. I will show you the actions in a second. So overall, if we talk about the events, what you can add to our system, access control events, door held open, wrong card used, or user without the permission, and so on, so on. External devices. This can be alarm panel, sound sensor, audio detector, smoke sensor, and so on and so on. Digital input in the cameras. So if somebody will trigger the digital input, it will also trigger the alarm. VCA event, something from the video analytics. This can be, from example, from the cameras. Like I said before, if I click on the VCA event, I can choose, for example, I have this panoramic camera from the Dahua, and as you can see here, it supports all the rules from this camera. It will just, you know, work like a sniffer. It will check all the events that camera can send, and you can assign this event later to create some kind of action. What else you can use for this kind of events? You can use we have MQTT notification, like I said, external service. So in your case, those third-party analytics that we can trigger, URL, SMS message, counter value. What is it? We can count multiple things in our system. So for example, if you have like intrusion detection, it can also add 1 to our internal counter, and you can create an event that if this counter is the value of this counter is higher than 5, triggered completely different alarm. This is used for audio notifications. So for example, you have intrusion detection and you have the IP speaker. So you can play the message like, this area is under surveillance, please leave the area, right? Plus you can add 1 to the counter. So the second time you have the intrusion detection, you can check for the counter value. And if the value of the counter is higher than 0, it means do not play the message number 1, play message number 2. So if there is like second intrusion detection, you will get the message, please move away. Like I said, this area is under surveillance. So you can make those messages more random, or you can make them sound more like, you know, like there is a real security guard that it's talking to them, not like pre-recorded automatic messages. So you can use those in the different ways. Data source, this is like actually built-in sniffer. So you can use this one for barcode scanners, cash registers, POS systems, logistics center systems, car waiting systems, anything that is sending some kind of text data that we can just sniff and we can use. Variable value, for example, from thermal cameras or from kind of sensor, you can read the temperature and you can trigger the action if the temperature is higher than some threshold. OPC client, for example, fire protection systems from Bosch. You can integrate the fire protection system using the OPC. Recording server disconnected if something happened with the server, of course. Schedule event, so like do this action every 10 minutes or 10 seconds or whatever. And video wall, if someone triggered some kind of view on the video wall, it can also create some kind of alert. And now you ask about this this pop-up. So let's create something, let's say like a demo. I think I have something like yeah, okay. Alarm. I don't have it here. So let's pretend that this one here, this manual alarm, is the alarm from your system. So if there is alarm from your system. Now, we can go to, let's say, this one. Okay. We can create alarm, pop up this camera on screen, plus pop up playback on screen. And also, what is also quite useful, let me just check one more thing. We can go to create an action, and okay, and let's choose bookmark. This is also a great tool, and we can do it like you said, like active shooter. Target, it's working on this server. Bookmark title, it should be event title and event source title. Description, we can leave it like this. We can choose the level of the alarm. Let's call it critical. And also we can request the user description. So if there is alarm, it will not only provide the pop-up, but also it can provide this kind of form that the user, they have to like sign and put some information there. And then let's say they have like, I don't know, like 20 seconds to do so, and create the alarm and apply. Okay. So we have this active shooter alarm created, and let's add it, and let's choose the vandal here. Okay. So we have this rule created, and now let's go to the channels and go to the vandal, and let's trigger the recording so we can actually have something. Okay. So now we have this thing working, and now let's trigger the alarm. We have it here. As you can see, we have the alarm. So we have the live view from the camera, like automatically popped in. Second thing, we have the instant playback of the event. So we know what happened actually. We see this guy with this, I don't know how you call it in English, it's like casted or something, right? Plus you had this information where you have to put information there. And all those events, like all those bookmarks here, are a great tool because this will show you if the security guard really took care of this alarm. Because here we see that this level of the alarm is critical and the status is new. And they should, for example, choose, like, let's say, a case is closed and the level of the alarm is not critical, is actually low because this was false, positive, and add comment. So later, as you can see, there is information who put this kind of information here. And later you can create automatic reports. So every 1 week, take all the bookmarks that are open and critical, nobody took care of those, and so on, and create like PDF report with all this information there. So you can choose those different information. So I think that this one will answer all your your question. The method of this kind of pop-up is it can be different, right? You can choose whatever you actually want and how you want to handle this kind of alarm. So let's get back to the previous view. Answered live. Okay. You offer the anomaly detection and behavior detection tools. Those the behavior analysis also include shoplifting or only acts of violence. So we have also shoplifting detection. Of course, Scylla provides something, this kind of detections, and this is completely different, different part. So this is separate thing from the VMS, because just like all our tools, we like to have tools that can work independent on the solution that customer is using. So the VMS can work with any kind of camera in any kind of VMS. I mean NVRs and systems. The same thing is with the analytics. So our analytics that we have that we provide, those analytics can work. Let me just log in. those analytics can work with any other VMS. We have integration with Genetec, Milestone, with NX Witness. We can send some notifications. And yes, we provide suspicious shopping behavior. We provide violence, fight, gun detection, face recognition, slip and fall, and smoke and fire detection. We're gonna make another webinar to show you how you can integrate those two things with our VMS and how those things work together. But as you can see, this is like, it can be built in even in the interface of the VMS, so you have like one complete system. Do we have also behaviors to monitor health and safety, like no helmet, no work gloves, no safety line attached? Not yet. We don't have this kind of analytics. If you need something like this, we can create this kind of module. And please just reach to our sales representative, and we're gonna check if we can provide you this kind of solution. So as you can see here, again, getting back to this one, all the pop-ups, everything, it can be really easy. But can you elevate this kind of interface even higher? Because, you know, pop-ups, playing the cameras and so on, it's not something complicated, and most of other VMSs, they should at least do something like this. So first of all, when we talk about this kind of interface, it should be also easy to search for the recordings. And this is really important. So I will show you in a moment how you can actually do it. Let's go, let's say here, and let's choose panoramic camera. I think this will be the best one. Yeah. So we have this one. We have panoramic camera in front of my home. Let's go to the playback. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have the timeline of the recordings for the cameras. Those gray indicators here are bookmarks made from video analytics. So we have like intrusion detection built in the camera, and we can use this analytics to mark all the recordings. So this way, I know exactly where to look at if there was something going on, right? Or as like here. Okay, there was something going on here, so I can check what triggered this kind of alarm. Oh, here I think we have something false alarm. Oh no, we have the car here, and probably this car also triggered the alarm. So it's really easy to search for the recordings. What else? I don't know how well Zoom will handle this one, but what we do also, we also create something that we call instant time lapse. So if I want to search for the recordings, and let's say I don't have any kind of video analytics, I have just the recordings, that's it. So how fast I can search for the recording? Actually, you can just move your pointer on the timeline, and it will create automatic time lapse from this period. So if I want to get information, okay, I see that there is a red car, and the red car was missing for a moment. So who was driving this car? Let's check this out. So, okay, let's zoom in. Now we can move. Okay, it was somewhere here. Again, zoom in. Let's move. Okay, we have situation here. So we see that, okay, probably it was my wife. And here we can go frame by frame and check what was actually going on there. So searching for the recordings, super, ultra smooth. It's really easy to do. So recordings, done. What else with this interface? Like we said, logistic center. So we have this logistic manager, and he wants to get the information about the recordings, but also he wants to manage all the logistic software, let's say, the whole warehouse. Why? Because let's say we have the warehouse, we have this forklift here, and let's say we have the forklift here. Let's move the map in some other direction because we know the facility, and this one we don't need. So I want to check what is going on inside the warehouse, and I have those gates closed, and maybe there is somebody coming in. So I want to manage all of this. What I can do, actually, you can add any web interface to our VMS. Sorry that this one is in Polish, but we are integrated with this kind of company here. But as you can see, I can, without leaving the VMS, so I can have like interface like this, really simple interface with all the cameras displayed here. I can check what is going on. Okay, I see that there is a forklift. I see that the gates are closed. Okay, who is packing goods here? Let me check. Let me check who is driving there. Okay, we see that. Okay, there was this car, and what this guy is having what he is bringing to our warehouse. Let's check for the all the goods that they are driving. So you can manage the whole warehouse without leaving this single software. So you can have everything integrated here. It's really easy, easy to do this way. So if you want to add like guests, you want to add the license plates. Again, really easy to implement. You just need the web interface to add to this software. It's so easy that actually you can even do something like this. Let me check. Just to show you, I know that probably you will not use something like this, but this is just to show you what you can actually integrate inside the system. No, this is not it. This is not it. Let's do it like here. Yeah, so we have it here. Sorry, yeah. So actually I can play Doom inside VMS. Right now I'm playing this one. This is like really Doom integrated inside the VMS. Just to show you how well you can integrate different things. So let me just shoot those guys here. Yeah, so I'm not very good at this game, but yeah, this is actually what you can do with this kind of VMS. So there is unlimited ways of integration here. The interface can be configured the way you really like it, you really want it. So for this reception lady, like we said at the beginning, let's go to the reception. We have like empty cameras. Let's say what kind of cameras this lady will need. So let's go like of course the parking lot 1, parking lot 2. Let's choose the parking lots. Plus we can have face recognition cameras for the exit. Okay, and maybe this face recognition camera. Plus we can add some guest registration form. So if you want to register the guest, you can add this one here. Plus maybe map. I don't think so, but let's say something else, like I don't know, like maybe gate for the company to open. Really easy. So what else? But okay, still maybe the interface looks too complicated. There is no problem because, for example, now I can close this camera. I don't want to give this kind of permission to the reception lady. So how I can change it? You can go to the settings. You can go to the video port overlay, and here we have this close button, and we can choose that it's always off. And this way, there is no way to close the camera. So basically, you can configure the system to start in this kind of layout without any way to close the camera, to display the live view, and leave it like this. So like I said, it doesn't matter. Is it a security guard? Is it like reception lady? Is it like logistic manager? You can do whatever you want with this interface. Even I have this one configured here. Let me just go back to the Skynet one here. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can see this one in my camera, or maybe here. I have this one camera connected here. This is PlayStation 5 controller. And what I can do with it, actually, I can use this controller to control all the cameras in my system. So this is like, again, how well you can integrate things inside your system. So if you need to use the PlayStation controller with your VMS, you can actually do this. Yeah. So overall, full customization, all the rules, layout, cameras, displaying. You can display multiple cameras on the single screen. You can manage multiple screens. There is no limitation. So if you want to connect 8 screens to your 8 monitors to your monitor station, it's not a problem. If you want to manage multiple cameras with high resolution, also without any problem. If you want to even do things like I don't know, like this, if you want to use one camera, for example, and use different views from the single camera and use those views as you know, like virtual cameras, there is no problem. You can still do something like this without any problem. So if you have any more questions regarding this VMS, please reach to us. You can send us an email. You can find me on the LinkedIn, and I will answer them all, and I will show you exactly what you can do. Plus, I think the best option is just reach to our sales representative, and we can provide you with the demo license for you or for your customer, so you can install this VMS on your server and you can test it yourself. So if there are any more questions, I will answer them now. If not, I think we can finish this. Okay, we have. Okay, is it possible to create the layout and connect it with the camera PTZ preset? If I use this layout, it activates programmed PTZ preset. I don't know if I understand this correctly, because you can use layouts as a preset. So, for example, like I had the configuration here. Let's go back to the events and actions, open the configurator, and we had this one alarm created here, right? Yeah, it was here. So I can now do it like this. Let's say we have this vandal guy here, and let's add some other cameras in here. Smoke detection, shoplifting, and let's say retail. I can save this layout and call it, let's say, pop-up preset layout. Save. Oh, no, let's preset PTZ layout. Shared. I can save this layout on my server. And now, even if I close everything, I can go here to the configuration. I can go here and I can do it where we have it. Did I? Let me check. Preset, yeah, it's here. So again, I go here, go to the alarm, and preset, and pop up on screen. Add. Okay, so if this also should trigger the preset on the PTZ camera, it should also not be a problem, because I can go to the action and I can go to activate the preset on the camera, and I can choose which camera should be the one to trigger the PTZ. Let's say that this can be my Dahua 5 megapixel camera and PTZ priority, so how important this one is, and then I can choose PTZ preset on the camera itself. So if I do it like this, it will also, and add it here, it will also trigger the preset from the camera itself. So now if I go to the alarm, as you can see, it just pop up this kind of this layout with the preset, with this alarm here that I have to add. So yeah, it's basically it's possible. Also, if you want to trigger not only preset, because you can save the presets on the VMS itself, but if you have some presets that are recorded on the camera, like maybe a tour or something, you can use the CGI command to send to the camera and trigger the tour on the camera itself. So you can do the actions also this way. I think that it shouldn't be. I mean, there is no problem with it, and also it can be on the multiple cameras, and it can be done this way. So no problem with triggering this kind of action. Oh, let me change the overlay because I don't see the close button. Oh, yeah. Now it's better. Okay. I hope that this answers your question. So, any more questions regarding this one? I see one on Telegram. Okay. Can you set up external buttons to trigger some actions? Yes, actually, you can do it because this button here that I created, this alarm button, is just virtual button that I can assign to different actions. But you can do it on completely different ways. So first of all, let's get back to this logistic camera because there is one thing that I want to show you. So we have this forklift, this one. So here, I don't know if you can see this one, but here is this blue area in the on the right side of the camera. Let me open it here. Forklift, edit. So there are multiple ways to assign the buttons. First one is video overlay. Yeah, it's here. So any kind of action can be assigned to the virtual button. Oh, not this camera, this one here. So it can be like trigger alarm output, like you were asking, but also it can be send SMS message, create a bookmark, pop up a layout, trigger PTZ preset, enable analytics. I don't know, like send some kind of message, send email, create snapshot, whatever you want. And here is this virtual button, as you can see. I can make it less transparent, so it will be more visible, like here. And I can assign different actions to this one. In this case, I decided that this button here, the resource for this button is another camera. Why? Because I can use it this way. I have this camera here. I have this button on the right. If I click on it, it will trigger another camera, which creates something like Google Street around the cameras, on the surveillance. But it's not everything. What else? You can do it also like here. So we have this 5-megapixel camera, and let's say this is a network power strip. Basically, I can manage it through the network. So I can create a button like here, lamp. If I click on it, why it doesn't work? It's not plugged in. Wait a moment, wait. Sorry about that. So now it works, right? So if I click on the lamp, yeah, it will disable it or it will enable it. I can have this button here on the camera itself. But what else? I can also do something like this. I can go to the camera. Let me get to the Dahua 5-megapixel, edit. I can go to the video overlay. Let's take this back from here. I can add button. And for example, I can choose that this whole lamp will be a button. Let's change the color to white. Let's make it a little bit more transparent. And resource is lamp. Okay. And apply and okay. And let's get back here. Let's reload you don't even need to. As you can see here, now the lamp is the hold button. So if I click on it, it will disable the lamp. Now it will enable it. So you can create the virtual buttons on the screen itself. So if like your question, if you want to open the barrier for the car, you don't need to create like this small button here on the camera because maybe your security guard will not notice it. You can create the virtual button on top of the screen, just like overlay. And this way that they can just like, click it, or even you can give them the touch screen, like tablet, and they can just touch it with the finger, and it will also enable or disable the lamp. So multiple different options, really, you can use this way. Okay, I don't see any more questions. So thank you for your time. Thank you for all those questions on the chat, and also on the Telegram and LinkedIn, I see. And if you have anything more, you can send those questions to our email, or you can find me on LinkedIn, and I will also answer those. If you have any customer, like investor, and you want to make a presentation for this customer, please reach to us. We're gonna also help you out with this kind of presentation. We can show exactly what the customer needs, and also if you have any kind of problem that you want to solve using our VMS, we can also help you out with this one. So again, thank you for your time, and see you on another webinar. Bye.